Hello everyone, and this is my Aqua AquaNano 40 tank that has previously been used for freshwater tropical fish, but we're now about to start a marine tank, so we'll see how this goes. So this video is really going to give you an initial view of the equipment I'm fitting and then the setup, and hopefully all the way to putting water into it for the first time. But anyway, let's start with what we've got equipment-wise with the tank. So the Aqua AquaNano came with a light, which we still have. Not the best, but again, it will do the job for the moment. You're going to hear not the best a few times, I suspect. Next. Right, what have we got on the table that else needs to go in it? We have the Aqua One Maxi 102 power head. Not a huge amount of power, but it'll do for starting. I mean, it worked fine when I used it as a freshwater tropical, and you'll see later on I've got something else to give it a bit of a help. We have the 55 watt heater, again that came with the tank, nothing special, it's an Aqua One heater. I do have a backup one, but it was 50 watts, so I thought I'll just stick with the Aqua One at the moment. And then an extra I have bought, partially related to the weak power head, I have got a Hydor Coralia, we'll call it that, circulation and wave pump, just to get the current moving around a bit more to make up for the low power. So, what else to say about the tank? So all that's going to go in it, sooner or later. We then, a few other things to mention that are in the tank. We've got a homemade filter media holder that I made out of egg crate and tie wraps. Not necessarily going to use anything for it at the moment, but it will do if ever I need to add anything like carbon or anything to remove phosphates, etc. from the water. It's leaving it empty at the moment. It's only there if I need to put any sort of filter media into the tank. The only other one in here is a lovely, almost got it, foam block. Really only in there because when I add the sand, it's going to all go everywhere with the water. So I've just put in there just to catch it all. Whether I'll leave it in the tank, I don't know. I don't believe you really need it because I'm going to have rock and such in there. So bacteria should build up in there. But for the time being, that is going to stay in there. And then longer term, we'll see if it comes out or not. So let's take a pause here. I'm going to put the equipment in, and then we'll go and talk about the sand and rock that's going into the tank. So for now, see you in a second. Okie dokie. So we've got the head unit in, the heater in, and you can see we've also slapped on a little algae cleaner, magnetic brush on the side. I have not put in the extra, head wave unit. I'm going to actually set it all up and see the forces I need, etc., because I didn't want it blowing water over the edge or anything later. So it'll be input into the tank once everything's in place. So next up is the substrate and etc. So here we go. We've got Nature's Ocean Bioactive Live Argonite Reef Sand. I'm absolutely not sure this bioactive stuff is any use whatsoever, but I bought some anyway. You see it's 4.5 kilograms. Not sure. I thought 4.5 kilograms was a bit more than that, but it appears that's not the case. But it should be alright. It'll give me a relatively thin substrate, but it'll give me something. And then inside that I bought some Carib Sea Life Rock. So that's another 4.5 kilograms it's meant to be. We'll have a look over it actually. Yeah, I've opened it, kind of, and yeah, there you go. Still sealed in their little brown bag. Let's open up one of these. So we've got a little mix of rocks. See, there you go. Some of it looks a bit intriguing. But what I'm going to do is probably try and arrange my rock how I want it. I mean, there's quite a lot of rock in there for the size of the tank, but we'll see how I do. And then I might actually have to glue it together. So yeah, I'll put the sand in and I'll put the rock in and we'll glue it together. And then once that's all in place, we'll be back to add the water. I need to get the water as well. But yeah, we will see what we get in the tank next. And there we have it. Our substrate is there, and our lovely rock sculpture that I'm sure will not fall over the moment we get a fish knocking into it or a bit of current. Here's hoping. Anyway, I have used super glue, so supposedly super glue is reef safe, so that's what I used to try and hold this stone together, mainly the top bit. The other one's kind of okay because it's a bridge with 3 rocks, so I'm relatively comfortable with that. It's just that one, a little bit worried. But anyway, we'll leave it to dry for half an hour just to make sure, and then we will add the salt water, which I've already picked up from the local fish shop. And there we have it. We have the tank all set up. You can see it's a little bit cloudy. I did a pretty good job at aiming the water as I put it in at the rocks just to reduce that. So I've also put, you'll see, the extra power head in just to give a bit more flow in the tank, which is fine. I did have earlier, I don't know if you noticed when I was showing the earlier videos, I had a bubbler attached, but it was annoying me, so I've got rid of it. If I have any oxygen issues, I've got it if I need to shove it on, but it was like, the tank was so small, it was just full of bubbles, and I wasn't fond. So, really, the next job is we need the tank to get up to temperature, which we'll sit and wait for. I've got an actual thermometer that's due to arrive today, so that'll be plugged in later on. But other than that, we now need to start the cycle, and I'm going to be doing a fishless cycle. So I've got some ammonia to put in later, and I will see you once we're at the next stage and we've actually cycled the tank.